Someone save you from this. Hello and welcome back to Rod. I'm Langus Beast, and today we're back with Yukikoi and Melt. Another thing I wanted to mention today, I'm not gonna be recording for too long. That's not the thing I wanted to mention. The thing I wanted to mention is that I did not sleep too well last night. I woke up at like 6 a.m. Still half dreaming. And I think it was it's I think like the fucking Kingdom Hearts randomizer like affected me more psychologically than I was expecting it to, because last night after I was done recording I played some more Kingdom Hearts randomizer, and in Timeless River I, instead of the past Pete, I ran into Absent Silhouette Lexaeus, I assume. I'm not sure if it was Absent Silhouette or Data. I just assume it was Absent Silhouette because it did not immediately fuck me. And I didn't have block. For those who don't know, Lexaeus as an Absent Silhouette apparently relies a lot on you blocking his attacks with guard and then doing the reaction command to counterattack to make him vulnerable and then combo him. But it didn't have guard yet. So this fight was fucking hell. And after I was done fighting him, in like a chest that you can only access after beating the past Pete fight, I find guard. So yeah, so half dreaming. It's 6 a.m. I wake up, and it's like I was still in the fucking randomizer, and I was just trying to get Sora to find the guard ability. But it wasn't like I was playing a game. I was basically like shouting commands at him, being unable to do anything, and he would sometimes just not do what I tell him to. And like my whole fucking head was itchy to a fucking almost painful degree. And every time Sora would open a chest and there wasn't guard inside, the itching would just get worse. So I was just like at 6 a.m. rolling around in my fucking bed, like going insane, scratching the entirety of my head to get some kind of release from this fucking itchy hell. And like at 7 a.m. I finally just sat there like finally fully awake. Fuck this. Get up, walk to the bathroom, and immediately proceed to douse my head in water. And then I would proceed to not be able to fall back asleep until like 10 a.m. That wasn't pretty at all. My fucking god. I have no idea what the fuck was wrong with me there. But something obviously was. Nice. Of course, she's only got a mere taste of how much I want her.
あとはタイミング見てお魚焼いてお味噌汁作ってあれ
Hey there, good morning, Shizuri.
みーくん
I'd woken up early this morning, hurrying downstairs after fixing up my hair. Shizuri's eyes widened as I entered the living room. It's almost the same situation as 2 days ago. There's just one other thing that's changed. Thanks for always getting up early to make breakfast for us. That's really nice of you.
むしろやらせてもらってる感じだからこっちがありがとうなんだけど
So lucky, Shizuri.
というかみーくんこそ今日は早いんだね驚いちゃった
I just wanted to see your face a little earlier than I usually do. Her cheeks glow red. There's no running away from me now, though.
みーくんそんな嫌だありがとうそうだよね私たちお付き合い始めたんだもんねやだ嬉しいよ
I watch as she happily fidgets and squirms in front of me. All I can do is bask in the warmth of her smile, grinning to myself as my heart begins to pick up speed. Just as happy as you are. After all, you've gotten so red just from seeing me. Is that a little sweat I see too?
追い打ちみーくん
Wanna touch your cheeks, Shizuri, can I?
はいどうぞ
Well then, here I go. Ah, they're so warm. The softest pudding too.
みーくん
As warm, soft, and beautiful as always today. I love you, Shizuri. Your cheeks burn even hotter under my fingers as her eyes widen like saucers. She starts to cast hurried, anxious glances around the room. Her movement makes her skin squish against my fingertips. Even her face is just so plump and soft. What's up? I break into a wide grin. I don't even care if I look like a pervert right now.
みーくんなんか今日すごいよすごいこと立て続けに言ってくれちゃってるよ
Made a decision. I'm gonna be open about everything I think about you. Noticing her quivering uneasily, I gently stroke her cheek. I want you to know just how much you excite me. I told you I was gonna make you believe, didn't I?
言ってくれたけどまさかこんなにだなんて思ってなくてわざわざ早起きまでしてくれてこんないいのかな
I want to, though, because I love you.
みーくん
She's red all the way to her ears. Under my fingers, I could feel a familiar slimy sensation.
ごめんね汗
Don't worry about that. In fact, it just makes me more excited. Slowly move my tingling hands. They slide effortlessly over her slick, hot skin. Ah! So rotting and feeling of it is so alluring. You reveal just how much your body is eating up because of me. Shizuri falls silent and glances around uneasily. Looks like she has no idea how to react. She's so cute that I simply want to eat her up. I can't believe that such a beautiful, bewitching girl is my girlfriend now.
やだどうしよういいの本当にいいのかな私こんなでそんな風に言ってもらっちゃって
When I've got such an amazing girlfriend, I can't help but tell you these things.
素敵ありがとうやだもっと汗かいちゃうでもみーくん手を離さないでいてくれちゃうんだ
Quite the opposite.
徹底的だねみーくんってば嬉しいけどでもやっぱり私まだ気にしちゃうよみーくんの手まで濡らしちゃうしって
Told you this a million times already. You don't have to worry because it just makes me more excited. And you're right. We have to be careful. But you're right. We have to be careful. Put my hands away from her face. My palms are almost steaming in the cold air, slick and glistening with Shizuri's sweat.
みーくんこれ使ってっていうか私が手もらえる
She fetches a towel from her pocket and starts to wipe my hands. Cloth is soft and ticklish, a lot like her. There's a swiftness to her movement that suggests she's very used to doing this. That's exactly why I need to be careful. There's something she's struggled with for a long time. Thanks. See, I'd love to just have you covered in sweat all the time. But if you get sweaty, then you have to wipe it off, or even change clothes, right?
それはどうしても
You must be 1,000 times more careful with this kind of thing than normal people. After all, you might get off on getting all slippery up until now. Huh? After all, she might get off on getting all slippery up until now. So it's... Huh? It's been a source of her embarrassment. Why is that line just fucking me up mentally like that? We need to be careful not to let her get too sweaty in front of other people. Should be able to appear normal if I don't go too far. Only found out about her, well, peculiarities because I touched her too much.
今はこの後で制服に着替えるから大丈夫だけど。
Everyone will be coming down for breakfast soon. You don't want to be too sweaty in front of everyone, do you? Let's keep this kind of thing private. As much as I want you, it's kind of my responsibility as your boyfriend to make sure you're comfortable.
みーくん、そこまで考えてくれちゃうなんて男の子だな。
It's tempting to just skip Shizuri-Route right about now. Of course I thought about it. I love you after all.
もうみーくん、本当に今朝はすごいよ。私嬉しすぎて頭が追いつかない。
That's alright. Put your hands tightly as I gaze into her eyes. I'm gonna continue until you see how much I want you. Doesn't matter if it takes a while. You'll get there. You'll see how much I love you, just as you are, and just how addicted you've made me.
はい、お願いします。
She glances around sheepishly with an expression of shame. Her hands glow pink with warmth as they gently quiver. Well, you know, she's simply irresistible when she's like this. Embarrassed, yet ready to accept all of my weird feelings. Still can't quite believe it. This cute, beautiful, and sweatily erotic girl in front of me is my girlfriend, which logically makes me her boyfriend. Somehow that fact hasn't sunk in yet. I want to fucking scream. This route is a thing, yet we don't get an Usagi route. Let that sink in. Oh, it's almost bursting with joy. There's a strange sense of pride.
改めてよろしくね、みーくん。
Likewise. That was one thing I wanted to ask, since everybody's about to come down for breakfast.
自慢って。
That's right, Shizuri and I are, as of yesterday, now dating.
おー。
Everyone reacts just as I'd expected they would. I scan their faces, trying not to look as smug as I feel right now. She's like a big sister to everyone here. Everyone looks up to and depends on her. For a guy like me to have won her heart, well, who wouldn't be proud of that? To be honest, I want to shout it out from the rooftops. If it wasn't snowing outside at least.
いつの間に、とにかく年明けを引きずるようなおめでたさですね。これはハッピーニューイヤーです。
Yeah, I can certainly say I've never had a year start like this before.
はあ、かなりびっくり。そんな風だったなんて全然気づいて。しずりさんみたいに博愛的でちょっとした女神みたいな人、岡崎くん射止めちゃうとか。
Oh, indeed I have. I am, if I may say so, quite the lady killer. I'm amazed I managed it myself. We're talking about her after all.
はる
Ah, Miss Misumi! I assume you're going to congratulate us on our newfound happiness.
私言ったよな。この中にカップルができようものなら容赦しないって。
What? Actually, you were actually serious about that? You were actually serious about that? Man, there always has to be someone trying to kill the mood in scenes like this.
ぶっつぶす。
Break up, okay, your leg's broken. Geez, she's completely lost her mind. Is this what turning 30 does to your brain?
おお、早速二人の愛が試されるドラマティックな展開ですね。これは目が離せません。
でも、ぶっつぶすってどうやって？
やっぱり略奪愛じゃないですかね。トゲトゲのついた肩パッドとかつけてバギーでミハル先輩をさらうんですよ。
What? Those are your romance films? That's worrying! What the fuck?
確かに略奪だ。でも、略奪愛ってそういうのだっけ？
ゆかちゃん先生、正解やいかに。
Down! No way to ruin the scene, drunkard! I'd rather you break my legs than this!
私にはこれくらいしか、あとはじんましん出すくらいしか。
うわーもうとにかく先生、洗面所カノンちゃん、担ぐの手伝って。
あいやさいさい、お任せあれです。
Imiguri and Conan pick up Yubana's deadliest biological weapon by the arms and drag her away. So yes, romance. I didn't think it would surprise you this much, Yuki.
これは嘘だ。
Wait, what? What's not true? You mean like Miss Misumi's monstrous monsoon? I mean, I wish that was just a figment of my imagination.
違う、先輩としずりのお付き合いがユキは騙されない。
What?
だってしずりの方が何も言ってないし。
Pain! Oh, that's the point. Just being awfully quiet. Take a look over at her.
やだ、もうみーくんたらこんな堂々と。
She's staring down into her breakfast, red all the way up to her ears and fidgeting uncomfortably.
ほら。
いや、白雪姫、これはどう見ても恥ずかしがって言葉も出なくなってるだけだよ。
The press finally breaks her silence too. When one of those two acts, the other follows. That's their usual routine.
しかも喜び混じりの恥じらいのようだ。いやはや、こんなに色っぽくも愛らしいしずりは初めて見るから、私も思わず見入ってしまったよ。
やめてよ、うーちゃん。ますます恥ずかしいってば。
だがその通りなんだろ。
はい。
嬉しいのしずり、先輩とお付き合い始めて。
すっごく。だってみーくんが一生懸命愛そうとしてくれてるのわかるんだもん。
Shizuri. It's really getting through to her. She understands how I feel. It puts my heart at ease. Well, more like it makes my heart thunder like a freight train, but still. That's because I just love you so much, Shizuri.
もうやだ、また追い打ちして。
This is pain.
これはもう疑う余地もないね、白雪姫。しずりはすっかりみはるくんに虜で、みはるくんもしずりに虜のようだ。
You put it like that, it's pretty embarrassing.
とかくめでたいことだ。心から祝福させてもらうよ。そうだろ、白雪姫。よ
し、わかった。ユキは認める。しずりんは先輩の制裁。
There's about a million objections I could make here. Calling her my wife just makes things even more awkward for us. It's a step up from thinking we couldn't.
制裁ってまだ早いよ、ゆきちゃん。まだお付き合い始めたばっかりなんだから。
It's a step up from thinking it couldn't possibly be true. Maybe a few too many steps. There we go. Judging from how Shizuri is jiggling around gleefully in her seat, she doesn't seem to mind it too much. Well, I suppose we don't know where things are gonna go yet. For now, I guess we're counting on your support.
任せておくがよい。ユキは2番目の女になるし。
What the hell? What do you mean by that?
ユキも先輩を虜にする的なあれ。そう、冬の魅力でな。
Just use booby magic as well. I feel like you've got the advantage there. So this firmly confirms my fears. Yuki just likes him in every route, and I went for her first, and now everything is pain. Fucking hit my finger, ow.
白雪姫なりに今後ともよろしくということだと思うよ。
That doesn't sound like it.
でもありがとう、ゆきちゃん。嬉しいよ。そんな感じで私はみーくんの彼女になったけど、だからって他のこともないがしろにはしないからね。もちろん 今後はみーくんとの時間をたくさん作るようになるだろうけど、今まで通りみんなのご飯の支度も部活動のフォローも寒い時のギューも頑張るから。おー、しずりん。ゆきちゃんも遠慮しないで私のところに来てね。うん。ありがとう。
Wow, she actually managed to tame the beast. That's her big sister powers at work. Really, she's more like a mother sometimes. She has not tamed the beast. I still wish to run from this route. The sincerity with which she spoke to everyone just now makes my heart well with pride. It's that honesty of hers that just makes me want to do so much with her.
みーくん、ちょうどよかったよ。
At breakfast, it's finally time for school. But there's one more thing I have to do before we leave the dorm. After I grab my bag from my room, I head downstairs just in time to run into Shizuri alone.
さっき渡すの忘れちゃってたね。はい、これお弁当。
With a bashful smile, she hands me a very neatly wrapped package. Frankly, I'd known she'd made this. I rushed back to my room for a reason. Take the lunchbox, feeling its faint remaining warmth tingle on my fingers. It really does feel wonderful, both the warmth and the knowledge that she made it for me. This kind of situation I can't help but be just as honest as she is. Thank you. This is...
中身が気になる？みーくんが嫌いなものは入ってないと思うけど。
No, I was just thinking, you stopping me to hand over freshly made lunch feels like we're newlyweds or something. Nailed it! I mean, I'm pretty embarrassed myself, but Shizuri's gone so red I can almost see steam coming out of her ears. Just what I wanted. It's pretty easy to gauge exactly how she's feeling when her skin is so fair. Any amount of blushing really shows. I always thought you had that kind of vibe when you gave me a lunch.
言われてみたら確かにそうかも。今までは意識してなかったけど。
Will you be thinking about it in that way from now on?
はい。っていうか、いいの？新婚さんなんてそんなことまで言ってくれちゃうの？
Well, like we said before, it might be a bit early for that.
私たちまだお付き合い始めたばっかりだし。
Can't help but think about it though. You're so caring and you have such a motherly air. Think you'd make an amazing wife, Shizuri. I don't just love you because of how sweaty you get for me, Shizuri. I also love just how mature and womanly you are.
みーくん、ダメだよ。
Oh? Why not?
本当に私、みーくんに遠慮なくいろいろ見せたくなっちゃう。見てほしくなっちゃう。
Not sure I see the problem there. Gently pull her close to me and tightly press my lips to hers. Just that slight touch Shizuri seems to melt in my arms. The way she relaxes, ready to accept me entirely, makes my heart thunder.
みーくん。
Not alone, Shizuri. I want you to know exactly how I feel about you. Every time I see you blush like this, that's what I think.
また少し思い知っちゃった。
Want us to be like this all the time?
私も。けど。
It doesn't mean you'll be spending an awful lot of time all embarrassed and flustered,
で
right?
もじゃないよね。
Oh no, I wouldn't want to think I was causing you trouble.
ああ、お邪魔でしょうか。
That moment the others come down the stairs.
平気だよ。どうした？いいやまあ、そろそろ行きましょうかってところで、いつものごとくギューをしてもらいに来たんですけど、やっぱり遠慮した方がいいのかな。二人の時間だったみたいだし。
ですね。カノンさん、これでも一応空気読んだり吸ったりできる子なので。
そうだね。
ユキは遠慮する気ゼロだ。さっき遠慮しないで邪魔しに来ていいって言われたし。
そこまでは言ってなかった気がするけどね。
Too right it is. Too right it isn't. Don't you try and muscle in on my turf. But I suppose this has been normal up until now. I don't want to completely monopolize her.
似たようなものだし。というわけでしずり、レッツモフモフ。
She glances at me. I nod back at her. A warm smile spreads across her face, and she turns to the other girls with her arms spread wide.
もうしょうがないな。それじゃあみんなぎゅー。
Yuki throws herself into Chizuri's arm like a child reuniting with her mother. Kanon, Himeguri, and Prez take their turns afterwards. Just feels like the same old winter club morning ritual as always.
それじゃあみんな行こっか。
Fired up by the boost of Shizuri's energy, the girls stride happily out into the snow. The power source herself stands watching them rush off, smiling. She really does love doing this kind of thing. She doesn't even think of it as an annoyance at all. It's a pleasure for her.
ごめんねみーくん。それじゃあ私たちも行こう。
In a second. Before that, though, I don't want to be left out. As she turns to me, I swiftly throw my arms around her, to hold her there for only a few seconds, just in case the others turn around and see us. But even that short time, I feel the softness and warmth radiate through me. Thanks for that. If only got to hug you like everyone else.
したかったんだ。
Of course. I liked how you warmed up in my arms too. But I suppose maybe I wanted a proper hug as well. Draw myself in close to her burning hot ear. It's not a problem. Wouldn't mind if you wanted to be the one that hugged me next time.
でもなんかじゃないよ。
Your face somehow manages to grow even redder, especially just remembered what you said before.
みーくん。
Let's get going. You have to catch up to the others.
みーくん。ありがとう。
And overwhelmed how much she cares about everyone in the Winter Club. After all, it's that kind of doting Shizuri that I fell for. That's why I don't want to get in the way of her looking after everyone else too. But the opposite, I wanted to enjoy it. With that thought, we finally leave the dorm after a surprisingly eventful morning. He bought the train as always and enjoyed the same bumpy ride as usual.
そういえばですよ、みはる先輩。
What?
今後は私たち一本早い電車に乗るようにした方がいいんでしょうか。
ああ、それね。確かに今日はみんなで一緒に出てきちゃったけど、二人きりにしてあげた方がいいかもみたいなね。
はい、出際に二人きりのところに乱入してギューしてもらっちゃった手前、一応その辺気にしてみるカノンさんの巻きでした。
Thanks for the offer, but it's fine. I don't want to make you get up early just for our sakes.
その気持ちはこちらもありがたい。しかしそれでは恋人同士らしくくっついてイチャイチャトークをできなくないかい？
Wow, that would be nice, but look over at Shizuri.
したいの？みっくん。
Well, I'd be lying if I said I didn't like the idea at least a little, but I'm not the kind of guy who's gonna force you to you all to switch trains just for that.
だよね。うん。みーくんはそういう男の子だよね。
Just like you, Shizuri.
一緒。やっぱり嬉しいね、こういうのも。
Yeah, I'm so happy, Shizuri.
みーくん。
The others are still there!
きっちり二人の世界に入ってる気がする的なあれ。
Like, even Yuki's like, what the fuck? Even though she's not better at fucking all, if anything, she was worse. Miss, let's put a fucking dick on the snowman that represents him.
入ってないよ。もう、ゆきちゃんの意地悪。
Well, it's not like we weren't not in our own world. Just a little bit. But that's fine, isn't it?
なるほど、そういうことならこっちも嬉しいです。
Well, it's fine. It's nice having you guys here, in fact.
お二人もお気遣いなくイチャイチャしてくださいね。
なんでそうなるの？
あれ、違いました？みんなで一緒に行くけど お二人はイチャイチャ投稿もしたいわけですし。私は全然構わないんで、どうぞズンパンやっちゃってください。
冗談じゃない。ユキはごめんだ。
私もちょっと当てられちゃうかも。
Why did romantic commute turn into an amateur exhibitionism porn? We're not gonna do that.
おう、先輩は割と理性的。
Did you actually think we might actually be capable of that? I mean, could be fun. You never know. Maybe doing it in a private first might be a better place to start, though.
ズンパンは通り越してた？
You'll learn about that when you're older.
しないよね、みーくん。さすがにそんなこと。
Of course not. Shizuri looked up at me, tensing up. Her arms squeezed her breasts together, making them bulge enticingly under her coat. To be honest, I want to touch them. Real bad. I know I said I was going to be honest and tell her my thoughts, but I can't exactly say that in front of everyone. As a place, time and place, Miyoru. But still. Like you said earlier, I think about that kind of thing when we're alone. Take it slow. I can't help but whisper teasingly into her ear. She flushes red, her heat almost palpable against my lips.
って結局なんかイチャついてるし。
Come on, this much is fine, isn't it? I mean, I'm doing my best to hold back. It is Shizuri, after all. She's so beautiful, cute, and unconsciously erotic. It's easy to lose control around her, especially since we both know exactly what kind of perverted thoughts we have about each other. Despite that, I don't want to rush into things. Or to put it more accurately, I really want to, but I also want to control myself. I know very well how much of a complex she has about her body, and I don't want to make that worse. I want to help her overcome it, in fact. So I need to ride the thin line between showing her what I feel about her and going too far with it. It's not like her hang-ups will have already been blown away just from a couple of kisses, after all. So I can't hurry here. You have to take this slow. Having everyone here to keep me in check might help with that. I'll hope they're not about us all the time, though. Come to think of times when we're not alone as the build-up to when we do get time to just ourselves. The time we have alone together is only special because of the rest of the day. Absence makes the heart grow fonder after all. See you later, Shizuri.
また後でね。
About ways with a smile at the entrance of the school. It's a little sad to have to leave her here, but we are in different school years. This will just make seeing her after school all the better. One last thing. Gently take her hand and entwine my fingers with hers. As much as fine, right?
これくらいなら。っていうか、みーくん、やっぱりすごいよ。別れ際にまでこんなことしてくれるなんて。ドキドキが続いちゃうよ。
Me too. I think it might just make me warm enough to make it to the classroom.
もう、みーくんったら。
Her smile is so soothing. I think she is gradually getting used to the idea of us being a couple. Every little affectionate touch we share seems to bring us just ever so slightly closer. It makes me feel all warm and fuzzy, with only the slightest tingle of impatience. I let go of her hand and smile. See you, Shizuri. Sorry to keep you waiting, Himekuri. Where is she?
あれ？うーちゃんもゆきちゃんものんちゃんも。
Looks like they left us alone after all. Hey all. Ah, there you are.
結構すぐ別れたんだね。
Of course I am. Class is starting. We said you didn't need to leave us alone like that.
いや、まあ、ほら、2年は私たちだけでしょ？だから、昇降口からは、私が岡崎くんと二人きりになっちゃうわけで。 それもなんかしずりさんに悪いなと思ったから、みんなで先に行かせてもらいました。
I can see where you're coming from.
まずかったでしょうか。
Thanks, Himeguri.
よかった
ほー、そんなに岡崎くんのものが良かったんだ、姫栗ちゃん。
びっくりした。
It's harsh she suddenly pops up over Himeguri's shoulder, and, as always, her interpretation of the conversation is unique.
おはよう、三橋さん。岡崎くんのものって？
あらやだ、そんなこと言わせる気？朝から嫌ですね、岡崎の奥様。
岡崎の奥様？なぜ？
Don't listen to her, Himeguri. She's trying to corrupt your pure innocent mind.
何それ、怖い。
私みたいな女からすると、姫栗ちゃんの純真さの方が怖いけどね。
Normal, healthy, says the walking reality distortion field. You've made one huge misunderstanding there.
アバンチュール的なね。
No! Jeez, what I'm saying is that the position of my future wife already has another different provisional applicant.
すると、岡崎先生？
Got a girlfriend.
お相手は
Unazuki Shizuri. She's a third year.
冬部のおっぱいが大きい、男好きする体型の。
And that's my girlfriend you're talking about. At least say she's the gentle big sister type. Anyways, that's how it is. Read 'em and weep, kiddo. I'm immune to your teasing now. Come back when you've lost your virginity.
そういうのは到底捨ててから言おうか。
Buff. One well-out blow and I'm completely silenced. How did you know? There goes my plan to lord it over.
まあでも、なるほどね。道理でって感じだわ、正直。
三橋さん、なんか鍵つけてたの？
いや、単純な話なんだけどさ、岡崎くん、明けましておめでとう。
Happy New Year. It's a bit late, isn't it? I mean, sure, we haven't talked to each other yet this year. Come to think of it, I didn't speak to her at all yesterday.
いやー、岡崎くんってば、昨日まではなんかめっちゃ考え込んでて、全然周りが視界に入ってないっぽかったからね。それが今日は元に戻ってるから、まあ考え事が解消したんだろうと思ってたんだけど、女絡みだったとはね。超納得。
He's right, I had a lot of stuff on my mind yesterday. Now that I think about it, I've been thinking about nothing but Shizuri for a few days now. After all that, things have turned out so well. Really, I really managed to get across how I feel to her. Yet my desire is still growing and growing. Lunchtime can't come soon enough. I immediately head towards the third year's classrooms. I'm sure the reason for my haste is obvious. Excuse me, is Unazuki Shizuri around? She springs up from her seat in a fluster as I pop my head around the door. The rest of the class looks at the two of us curiously.
どうしたの、みーくん。ちょっと待った、うなずきちゃん。
As she goes to move towards me, a group of classmates surround her to block her way with ominous grins on their faces. Unazuki, huh? Unazuki-chan, huh? Well, that makes sense. I assume she gets the same kind of effect from her classmates as she does from the winter
み
club.
ーくんって、うなずきちゃん、弟はいなかったよね。
ってことは、ひょっとして？
それは、春が来た？年下の男の子を、その父でゲットしちゃった？
うなずきちゃん魔性の巨乳先輩女子。
違うよ。
Wow, is that how third year's girls talk? I'm glad Shizuri isn't like with them.
ただの知り合いとは言わせない。なぜなら、うなずきちゃんは、可愛くて、気立てが良くて、パイを使いですぎる分、逆に男子からは二の足踏まれまくりだったからね。そこに現れた可愛い後輩男子って言ったら、特別な関係に決まってる。もう、私は別にそんなの知らないっていつも言ってるじゃない。それに おっぱいでゲットしたわけじゃないもん。むしろみーくんがゲットしてくれたんだもん。
やっぱり彼氏なんだ。うなずきちゃんの聖母オーラを突破してきてくれた子なら、がっちり挟んで離さない方がいいよ。
Miji did do that with his arm, I guess.
がっちり挟んで挟んでって父でかよ。
うなずきちゃんのうなパイならいける。いやほんと、年上の女としては年下の彼氏とか思いっきり甘やかしてあげなきゃでしょ。
What am I, a farmer now?
甘やかしてあんまり彼氏待たせちゃかわいそうだし、さっさと言ってあげた方がよくない？もう引き止めたのはそっちじゃない。
Her face crimson red, she finally manages to fight everyone off and make her way over to me. She's in such a hurry that those huge tracts of land bounce up and down like there's an earthquake. Phew! The thought of being squeezed between them and not allowed to escape certainly isn't an unpleasant one. Wait, what am I thinking? Those boo-fiend classmates are waving at me in a way that makes me fear for my precious chastity.
ごめんね、みーくん。なんだか待たせちゃって。
Oh, no, it's my fault for turning up unannounced. Looks like I caused quite a bit of a stir.
もう、みんなひどいよね。いつもああやって私のことおもちゃにするんだよ。
She pouts and frowns. It's not an expression I'm used to seeing in the Winter Club. How cute. It seems they treat you completely different from everyone in the club. To be honest, it's kind of fun to see you all embarrassed in front of everyone like that.
みーくんまで。
Shizuri-sama turns even redder. She looks away, pouting. Man, she really is so cute. Never want to let her go.
それはともかく、それでどうしたの？
I was gonna ask if you wanted to go home together after school.
それだけ？そんなの言われなくても。
Yeah, and I suppose I could have texted you, but to be honest, I just wanted to see your face. Sound of whooping and cheering girls leaks through the walls of the classroom. Ugh, they can hear us. That's such a bad thing, though. If anything, I want them to know exactly how head over heels I am for their classmates.
みーくん、本当にどこまで私のこと照れさせるの？お付き合いってこんなにすごいの？こんなにすごくていいの？
To tell you the truth, I wanted to eat lunch with you and stuff as well.
それは、いかにもって感じだけど、ごめんね。私にはちょっとまだ難易度高いかも。
She hides her crimson cheeks behind her hands. I had a feeling it might be tougher at this early stage. There's a lot of things that would make it difficult. If we ate in her classroom, we'd have to deal with her classmates and their boob fixation. If we ate at mine, well, there's one particular girl with weird eyes who might have something to say. Even putting those rubber knickers aside, it's probably best not to risk her getting too sweaty at school.
本当にごめんね。私年上なのに情けない。みーくんにリードしてもらってばっかりだよ。
But I will admit I sometimes think I'm pushing myself a little.
Huh?
I'm having to try really hard after all. I know full well that you're older than me, and you're so amazingly beautiful on top of that. When I've got a girl like you as my girlfriend, I feel like I have to give it my all to make you happy.
みーくん。
I think I'm doing alright so far, but if I slip up, please don't be too hard on me.
違う。そんなの気にしないでっていうで、何をされてもいいっていうで。
She's doing her best to explain what she means, but she's stumbling over her words so much it's coming out as gibberish. Whatever I want, huh? That's the kind of line that really makes me want to do something that'll probably be worse than just a slip-up. Well, thanks. Anyways, I guess I'll be going.
みーくん。
As I turn to leave, she calls out to me in an oddly desperate tone of voice. She's bright red all the way up to her ears. All the way from her ears to her neck. She fidgets and glances around bashfully.
帰ってから夜にゆっくり 私も頑張るから、思い知らせて。ね。
Shizuri.
それじゃあ戻るね。来てくれてありがとう、みーくん。
She scuttles back into the classroom with the same nervous energy that she ran over to me with.
うなずきちゃんったら、彼氏くんの方が攻め攻めかと思ってたら、しっかり包容力見せてるじゃん。
なんだかんだで、年下の男の子に好きにさせてあげてるって感じだったよね。さすが。
もう、だから違うよ。そんなんじゃないよ。みーくんが私を受け入れてくれてるんだもん。
Well, I'd be lying if I said I didn't see where they're coming from. It does feel a lot like it's her being accepting of my advances more than it is me accepting her peculiarities. She didn't respond how she does every time I tell her my feelings. This would all be pointless. But respond she does. She invited me to see her tonight. She signs her heart for me. That means I have to do the same. Right. Tonight's gonna be great! With my chest filled with happiness and love, I head back to my classroom. It's only our first day as a couple, and it's already been so busy. And it's not even half over yet. The fact that I did not eat a lot today is probably not helping the alcohol right now. Oh, fuck. Well, it is hitting harder than usual. Or what happens when you drink without a lot in your stomach. Finally, our alone time comes. Shizuri, it's me.
どうぞ。いらっしゃい、みーくん。
I knock on her door. Shizuri invites me in with a bashful smile.
ごめんね、帰ってすぐじゃなくて、遅くなっちゃって。
It's fine. I know you had to get dinner ready and so on. That's why I helped out.
嬉しかったよ。ありがと
Not exactly a great cook, so I didn't contribute much, but her smile makes my efforts worth it. I'll admit I might have had an ulterior motive, though. The quicker we finish dinner, the sooner we'd be alone after all.
う。もう、みーくん、またそういうこと言って。
What, you don't like me admitting that?
それも嬉しい。ドキドキする。そこまでなんだって思っちゃうもん。やっぱり。
She's even willing to accept my selfish desires. If anything, they seem to make her happier. I could probably kiss her right now and she'd let me. Shizuri?
うん。何？
Put my hands on her shoulders and pull her close to steal her lips. For an instant she stiffens up, but then all the tension in her body falls away.
うん。
Her lips are so soft, they're hot and sweet like roasted marshmallows. Every touch against them sends tingles down my spine. No, not that fucking creep. I don't need any maps! Bad jokes.
みーくん？
Sorry I couldn't help myself. Just love you that much, Shizuri. Her whole body goes limp and she quivers as I whisper into her ear.
みーくん、すごすぎるよ。
Oh?
部屋に来てくれて、いきなり私のハートを貫いちゃうとか。なんかもう私、すでにふわふわしちゃってるよ。
I'm just glad that you're not mad at me for kissing you so suddenly.
もう、怒るわけないでしょ？彼女なんだから。じゃあ、こっち来て座って。
She turns around and scampers away, inviting me properly into the room. I follow her after her, grinning. Or at least she tries to scamper off. She suddenly wobbles and starts to topple to the floor. Whoa! Instinctively reach out and grab hold of her. Her body tenses up as I pull her in close. His face there really reminds me of Usagi. Also, those are some long ass fucking arms. Are you okay?
ごめんね。なんか足の力抜けちゃって。
Wow, I didn't know I could have that kind of effect on a girl. That's okay. Whispered to her ears, my voice low and suggestive. I do my best to put on a manly smile, which you can't see, of course, but it's important to get into character. I'll always be there to catch you.
みーくん。
I hold her there in my arms for, well, probably a little too long, but how can I resist? I'm a manly man with my manly face on, doing manly things, gotta make the most of the moment. With our bodies pressed together like this, I'm starting to feel an unmistakable sensation. You're getting pretty sweaty, aren't you?
ごめんね。みーくんがすごく熱くて。
It's fine, in fact, it's more than fine. Body's so hot and soft, Shizuri.
話して。ね。もう大丈夫だから、多分。
Absolutely not.
みーくんもう、ますます強く。私もますます汗かいちゃう。みーくんの服まで濡らしちゃうよ。
Suddenly, should I take him off? Oh, you don't have to worry about that. Think of it like you're marking me as your boy.
みーくん、やだ、すごい。みーくん、ほんと男の子だ。
If it makes you all sweaty, slimy, and happy, I'll be as manly as you want, Shizuri. Maybe that didn't come out properly. She completely stiffened up and burning up to the point where I can see steam coming out of her ears. Okay, maybe that was a bit too much.
その通りだから。
She shakes her head. It's like a boiling kettle whistling on the stove. She even likes it when I pull out a real humdinger of a line like that. She really is an angel! She's not saying that to make me happy, is she?
私こそごめんなさい。本当に、こんな変態っぽくて。
She slipped naturally into blaming herself. Honestly, this girl, it's like she thinks everything is her fault. It's never the other person in the wrong. That's the only big thing I want her to realize isn't true. Oh, that is more than fine by me. I also love the way you feel, Shizuri.
本当？
Your body is just feels so good to touch. Soft and squish. So soft and squishy. Just like holding them. Just holding you like this is incredible. And when I think about how good you get, how good you getting sweaty makes you feel, it really turns me on. Whoops. I guess that makes me a pervert too. That isn't a problem, is it?
そんなことないよ。
She rushes to reassure me, because of course she does. It's Shizuri after
みーくんがそう言ってくれるの、私本当に嬉しくて、だからこうやってみーくんにいっぱい抱きしめられてると。
So you want as much as I do? Wow, you're too perfect sometimes.
いいの？止まらなくなっていいの？
You can be as greedy as you want with me. When we're alone, you can touch me as much as you like, and you can sweat as much as you like. As romantic lines go, it's a bit odd, but I think I nailed it. This being a manly man thing is kind of fun. I could never be like this with anyone else. So being with you gives me the courage to say all this stuff.
みーくん、私、そんな嬉しいこと言われたら、本当にもっと、汗かいちゃうよ。なるなるで、気持ちよくなっちゃう。こんなこと言えるの、みーくんだけなん だよ。
Makes me so happy that you do. The scent of your sweat is so incredible, Shizuri.
ダメ、嗅いじゃダメ。
Shoot, I went too far!
お風呂には事前に入ってるけど、匂い嗅がれるのはまだ恥ずかしすぎて。
I'm so sorry. You really do smell good, though. And you do really smell good, though, I mean.
そう言ってもらえるのは嬉しいけど。
Maybe I'm not as much of a smooth operator as I thought. Girls are complicated. I'm sorry, but at the same time, I'm not sorry I'm not letting you go.
そんな強く抱きしめたら、ぬるってして。
Are you okay with that? I am if you are.
なんかもう、わけわかんなくなってきちゃったよ。
For a minute, she shuffles and squirms in my arms. I keep her tightly embraced as she gradually starts to calm down. Her breath escapes her in hot rushes, like a steam train's whistle. Sweat runs across her skin in thick rivulets.
みーくん、本当に服、濡れちゃってるよね。私の汗で。
Actually, hold on. I probably should have taken a screenshot of that CBCG in case I don't get anything other than that. There we go, that one. Let's take that one.
みーくん、本当に服、濡れちゃってるよね。私の汗で。
Well, of course, to be honest, that thought kinda excites me.
私も、みーくんに抱きしめてもらいながら、全身ぬるぬるで、気持ちよくって。
My extremities are kinda starting to feel a bit numb. The alcohol is really hitting me hard today. It's probably because of the whole sleep and food problem. Because I only ate like a little bit today, not too much. Oh well.
興奮して、ますます汗。
Oh, I hope so.
本当にいいんだ。いっぱい汗かいちゃうんだよ。みーくんのことまでぬるぬるにしちゃうんだよ。
Well, that's what I get for making you so hot, right?
うん、そうなんだよ。私、みーくんで暑いの。
You wouldn't get this sweaty with anyone else, would you?
みーくんだけなんだよ。
Her voice lowers into a sultry sigh as all the tension gradually eases out of her body. She gazes at me with eyes hazy with desire. Can't stop looking at her. I'm transfixed. Simply stare into each other's eyes, our moist bodies pressed together.
みーくん、
After what seems like minutes, her lips part slowly and bathe my neck and her hot breath. Huh?
話さないで。私、みーくんで暑くなって、いっぱい汗かくから。
I'm not sure if she knows what she's doing, but her whole body is quivering against me. Our clothes are so soaked with her intoxicating wine that they make tiny little squelching noises. Ew! Yet Chizuri seems unperturbed. She continues gazing into my eyes.
みーくんとこうしてるの、やみつきになっちゃうから。
Her voice escapes in a hot, humid sigh. Now 1 hour night 10, but unfortunately, time marches on.
それじゃあみーくん、今日はありがとうね。
I should be thanking you, Shizuri. I'm so happy. I reluctantly step out of her room with one hand stuck in my pocket. It's gotten pretty late, so there's no helping it really. Since she's got so sweaty, Shizuri wants to take another bath anyways.
みーくんもお風呂入ってから寝てね。ちゃんと入ってね。そのまま寝ちゃダメだよ。 汗で濡れちゃってるんだから。
Roger that. She's like a strange mix between a girlfriend and big sister when she speaks like that. That's so cute. Well, good night. Mwah. Can't resist swooping in for one last kiss. For a second, she's startled, but almost instantly, she warmly entwines her lips with mine. Our mouths seek each other hungrily. Her lips are bewitchingly soft and squishy. Oh, great, nosebleed. Love it. Oh, I had a nosebleed today, but it was the other nosehole. On your part, she gives me a content smile. I love you, Shizuri. I'll see you tomorrow.
おやすみ、みーくん。また明日ね。大好きだよ。
Oh, Jesus Christ, it's starting up now. When I get back to my room, I let out an enormous sigh. Ah, I'm so happy! Seems like she's accepting my desires more and more. Look down at my body. Every part of me, from the walls of her hand to my shirt and pants, is slick with her sweat. Every breath I take fills my lungs with her heady scent. And do I really have to go and wash this off? Did I really just think that? I suppose I have to, though. Promised, after all. No doubt. Stop spending sense soon. Well, this is gonna keep me awake all night. Now that I'm alone, I finally take my hand out of my pocket. With a sigh and with a wry smile, I look down at the enormous bulge in my pants. If she really thought that it was just a hand in my pocket, I'll be a monkey's uncle. Yep, that's right. I've actually been nursing a painfully hard erection since, well, pretty much from the start. Of course I have. What red-blooded man wouldn't with a girl that soft and warm in my arms? Hearing that sweet voice, seeing those seductive expressions, smelling that overpowering scent, everything about her screams femininity, and my masculinity reacted in the only way it could. I really hope she didn't notice. If she had, things could have gotten weird. If she had said anything, I'm not sure I could have kept myself under control. Get the feeling that, swept up in the moment, she might have even let me go further with her. I really want to. I really, really want to. Almost more than anything. It's early for that. She needs to understand how I feel about her, and how she feels about me before we think about that. We'll take this slow. Anyway, it's time for a bath and bed. This is what it meant. That is what I meant when I told her I was pushing myself. Said I was gonna do everything I can to make her see how happy she makes me, but in the end, I'm still hesitant to make a final push like that. I'm still acting like some awkward virgin, probably because I am, I guess. She's so angelic that it makes things more difficult. Learning how much she likes being sweaty has done nothing to make her seem any less angelic. Quite the opposite, in fact. I can't just rely on her understanding my feelings. I have to be ready to take the lead. Fight on, Miyoru. Fight your greatest enemy. Your virginity. Alright. Just remembering to make my heart race. He held me so close and I sweat so much all over him. If he didn't recoil at all, but he didn't recoil at all. He put it up with it as if it were starting to feel good. Just kept pressing his body against me. It was so hot. It's the first time I've been able to just enjoy the heat and sweat as much as I want. I felt so incredible being held by him. It feels better than almost anything. It is almost our first full day as a couple, and he's already making me feel like this. Shizuri says. What's wrong with me? I'm even all wet. I'm down there too, Shizuri says. I wonder if he'd even still like me if I told him that too. I want him to accept me for who I am so much, Miku and I. I want to show him every single embarrassing part of me. I can't stop myself anymore, but that's alright, isn't it? After all, Miku and I... Shizuri said. Now then, I'm gonna save here and end the part so I can nurse my fucking nose. I hope you guys enjoyed this one and see you next time. Bye-bye.